Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel Crack You JEE Prep, and in today's video we are going to discuss very important thing which is JoSAA 2026 full process step by step guide. And let me tell you one thing, either you are targeting IITs or NITs or GFTIs, fill this counseling very carefully because it decides a lot on which college you get. You have to be strategic while filling these choices. Also, if you are targeting by JEE mains, you may think, okay, let's say some students got a rank of around 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. They may think, okay, no need to fill this. No, it's your wrong thinking, right? If you look at the previous year data, around 2 lakh people fill this JoSAA counseling from JEE mains, right? And even at a rank of 2 lakh, 3 lakh, and even 7 lakh, people have got NITs. So do not self-reject yourself. Do your research and fill this counseling very carefully. So let's start this. And before moving ahead, do subscribe us guys. It really motivates us and the team to put out more quality content and videos like this. Who is eligible to participate in JoSAA 2026? So if you are targeting, right, IITs and IASCs, right? And let me tell you, in IASC this year seats have increased. They have introduced more branches, right? So if you have qualified in JEE Advanced 2026, you can sit for IITs and IASCs. Candidates must qualify JEE Advanced 2026 to be considered for admission in IITs and IASC. Now, for NIT Plus system, basically what is this Plus system? GFTIs, triple ITs and other institutions, you should have a ranking JEE Mains 2026 and that's it, valid JEE Main rank for NITC. What are these other colleges? NITs, IAEST, triple ITs, SPAs and other GFTIs. We'll come into what are all these institutions. Now, class 12 performance criteria. There is a certain cutoff in class 12 that you need to achieve, right? And what is the criteria? It will flash on the screen right now. Now, coming to categories of all the colleges. See, IITs we know, IASCs, Indian Institute of Science we know, NITs, right? National Institute of Technology, IIEST. This is Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, right? Yeah. Next is triple ITs, Indian Institute of Information Technology, also called as triple ITs, right? Next is SPAs. What is SPA? School of Planning and Architecture. Other technical institutions. A few other technical institutions funded fully or partially by central or state governments. Okay, basically these are the institutions which do not come in each of these category but are renowned and are funded by state. Yeah, central or state government. Moving ahead, admission category, right? Now, if we see, we already discussed this, right? What are the admission categories? Basically, this system and this system. What are the colleges covered? Exam basis. Okay, in JEE Main, basically NIT plus system, there are SPAs, School of Planning and Architecture. So they require sometimes like B Arc paper, right? This is JEE Main paper 2. Paper 2 in the sense it's a different paper which is for architecture wala, right? Or B planning paper. Okay, moving ahead. Documents required for JoSAA 2026 online reporting. Now, see, documents are very important. In the sense, you should not submit any wrong document or any document which is not valid to avoid any future delays or cancellation. Right? Make sure that your all the documents are correct and you have basically uploaded correct document at the correct place. So, basically, proof date of birth, class 10th or class 12th mark sheet, right? Okay. Category certificate. If you have any category distinctions like SC, ST, OBC, the categories are listed here. State of eligibility proof required for seats under the NIT plus system. Why this is mentioned? Because see, in NITs, 50% of the seats are reserved for home state candidates. Okay, so how they will identify from which home state you are? For that, they are asking for state of eligibility proof, which state you belong to, right? OCI certificate, PIO card. This is like required if applicable. Okay. Next is passport, citizenship certificate. All these are sometimes these are not very mandatory, but if they are required, like if applicable, you need to provide those. Medical certificate. Yeah, this is required for all the candidates as per JoSAA format. JoSAA format you will can download from the JoSAA's website, right? But this is mandatory. This is not required if applicable. Medical certificate is a mandatory document. Now, disability related certificates. If you have applied under the PWD category, you need this. Okay. UDID card required if applicable. Now let's have a look at the full timeline of this year JoSAA counseling process. It starts from mainly, the main thing is from June 2, right? The portal opened for all of you to go fill in there, right? Apply your choices and start the registration process. The second main thing is on June 8, display of mock seat allocation 1 will be displayed. Now you will ask, sir, what is this mock seat allocation? See, basically, till June 8, right? Portal started on June 2nd to June 2nd to June 8 before 2 p.m., right? Or whatever will be the dedicated timeline. The number of students who have filled in their choice preference, right? Their seat choice preference in the JoSAA portal, out of those students, those pool of students, they will run the seat selection process, and you will see based on the choices that you have filled what is the seat that you are getting. And this is not your final seat, this is just a mock, right? Just like a test case, like simulation. Okay, so on mock seat allocation 1, you will check, okay, let's say you got the branch that you got, you think, okay, this is not something that I want, I need to make further changes. So after seeing your result 1 of mock, you can apply further changes, adjust strategically the choice preference to improvise for better. Now the next thing is on June 10, this is the time you will get most of the entries. Basically, as the deadline is approaching, the deadline is 11th June, right? The JoSAA portal will close. So till June 10, the day in which mock seat allocation round 2 result will be declared, we will be having almost all the registrations of the JoSAA candidates. So in mock seat 2, mock seat allocation 2, you will get the basically your preferred branch or college, whatever you have filled as the seat choice, in most predictable form, because we have most of the entries during that time. So by seeing that also on that time, when you see your mock seat allocation 2, you can again make some changes and adjust them strategically so that to maximize your chances of best possible seat. And now after that, your preference list will be fully closed, right? There's a deadline, Thursday, June 11. Candidate registration choice filling, okay, ends. Auto system locking of choices. Basically, there are two choices. Let's say if you go in JoSAA portal, it will auto log. Okay, there's no need to manually log the choices. You can manually log after thinking, okay, I do not need to make any further changes. But even if you forget to log your choices, it will automatically log. The main thing is just fill in your choices in most best possible form. Okay, so on Friday, basically 12th June, reconciliation of data, verification and validation by the JoSAA. So whatever data, documents you have filled in the portal, they will verify it. Now, role of mock seat allocation in JoSAA 2026. So this is again we are explaining what is mock seat allocation. This is first will be on 8 June, second will be on 10 June. Gives candidates an early idea of possible allotment based on current choices. Same thing in seat allocation 2. The difference is in seat allocation 2, we have more number of candidates so that the predictability of this mock seat allocation matches more with the realistic possible outcomes. Moving ahead. Can candidates edit choices after locking? Okay. Yes, candidates can edit choices after locking, but only before choice filling deadline. Right. So before the deadline is there, you can edit those. Now, go to here are the steps on how you can basically edit your choices. So go to the JoSAA portal, submit request to unlock the logged choices. OTP will come, enter the OTP, and then after validation, you can start editing your choices. Now, this is the deadline for round wise dates and events. So, basically, seat allocation of round 1 will happen on 13 June. Okay, online reporting, fee payment, document upload, queries if required, round 1. So, what does this mean? Let's say you got a seat in round 1. Okay, if you got a seat in round 1, At that point of time, you have to pay the seat acceptance fee and submit all the required documents if required any. You may say, sir, I do not want the seat which I got in round 1. That is completely fine. But if you got a seat, you have to pay the seat acceptance fee, and do not worry like whether this will be refunded or not. This will be 100% refunded if you exit the process after, like, you are not getting the branch and seat of your preferred choice. But the once you get the seat in any of the round, you have to pay the seat acceptance fee. So that is what is mentioned here. And if you have not got any seat, no need to pay acceptance fee, right? So this is the thing. Same goes for every round. You, if you want, you can like withdraw from the process also, which is mentioned here in both the rounds, right? So basically, specifically in round 2, Wednesday, this initiation of withdrawal of seat, exit from seat allocation process, this is mentioned here. Now, these are the further deadlines. You can have a look. Now, this is the deadline of like further round, which is round 5. And for NIT plus system only, there's a special thing which is known as CSAB. Initially, it was known as spot round, but now what the thing is, after all this round 5 process, some seats are left, and this is specifically for NIT plus system, right? NITs, triple ITs, GFTIs, and other colleges. So almost like most of the seats are filled in these 5 rounds. But if some seats are left, there's a special round which is known as CSEP. In that, you can also get the NIT plus system seats, and the dates and deadlines are mentioned here. If you want a full video on what is CSEP, comment down. We will make a full video on how to fill the CSEP form properly. Okay, now how to accept a provisionally allotted seat in JoSAA 2026. So basically, if you have been basically allocated a seat, you have to accept it, and this is the process for that. Initial seat allotment in intimation slip. There will be a document which will tell you the details of what is the seat under which college, which branch you have got. Okay, choose freeze, float, or slide. Now, what is this? So, as I told, let's say in round 1 you got a seat and you don't want that seat, but you have to pay the seat acceptance fee. What you can do is that there are 3 options. Let's say if you want that college only, you can freeze, right? That seat will be frozen for you and it will not be considered in further round. Basically, you have been allocated a seat and you are not participating in next round. But if you are like, no, I want better choices, I want something better. So what you can do is that you can choose the word float. Float means that seat is there for you, but based on the preference what you have filled, if you get a better seat, that seat which you have got in the, let's say, round 2 will be lost, and in round 3, if you are getting a better seat, you will get that seat and this seat will be gone. So that is what means by float. And what is slide? Slide means basically, let's say you got a seat in basically NIT Allahabad, right? And you are like, okay, I got let's say mechanical in NIT Allahabad, but I want better branch, but I want NIT Allahabad only, right? And I have filled what are the better branch options in my choice preference list above under the same college. If my preference is I want only NIT Allahabad and I want a better branch in that college only, I can use the option slide. So what happens is that in that, basically, if there is any seat which is available for you in NIT Allahabad based on above choices, right, better choices, you will get that. If not, that seat what you have got as of now will be yours. Okay, step 3, basically upload documents if they ask for any, pay seat acceptance fee. The fee must be paid. If it was not already paid, through though there were prepayment option, yeah, there was a prepayment option, but if you have not already paid, the moment you get a seat, you have to pay it, right? Now, freeze, float, and slide meaning, it's here only. I'll just read it out. I have just explained already. Freeze, we already know. The candidate accepts the offered seat and is in as content with it, indicating he she does not want to participate in further rounds. You do not want to participate in further round. You are happy with what you have got. Float, the candidate accepts and offer the offered seat, but indicates that if admission to an academic program of higher preference, the same thing, right? If you want a better choice, you can choose the float option. In slide, accept the offered seat but indicates if admission to an academic program of higher preference within the same institute is offered. So that is what is mean by slide option. Moving ahead, what if you get a seat but want to wait for a better option? That's fine, right? Accept the seat. What I have already told, accept the seat what you have already got, upload documents, pay seat acceptance fee, and choose the option of float and slide. Float or slide basically. Important warning. If candidate does not complete online reporting, right? These are the cases. Do not accept the seat, do not upload document, does not pay the seat acceptance fee and misses any required step. So these are the results. Seat cancel, seat cancel, seat cancel, and basically cancellation, right? Now guys, what will happen if your category documents are found invalid? See, firstly, you should make sure that none of your documents, let it be category, let it be any document, is invalid or outdated. Make sure it is valid and is accepted correctly, right? See, in all these cases, in some cases you will get direct cancellation of the seat, in some cases you will be allowed to sit in further rounds. Okay, so basically, let's say seat was allocated on an invalid category or PWD document, right? The PWD document is fake. The allotted seat may be cancelled, right? Invalidity is not due to forgery or cheating. Basically, invalidity of document happened, but it is not due to forgery or cheating. In that case, admission may be provisionally confirmed if the candidate is eligible for the allotted open category seat, right? Basically, if you are eligible for an open category seat, you will be allocated. And if it is a category seat, they are not mentioning explicitly what will happen, but they are saying open category seat will be given if your category document is flawed. Okay. Category seat is allocated, but required document is not produced. You applied for, let's say, OBC category, but you are not producing a document which validates that you are a OBC category student. What will happen? The seat will be cancelled directly and the candidate may be considered for an open seat in the next round if available. So make sure whatever your documents are, let's say it's outdated or like you don't have the document right now, while filling the form, go to the respective authorities, get the document ready. Let's say the allocation come in round 1, you have to produce that document. Okay, you can't be like I don't have the document and all, right? Should be ready with all the documents what are needed. Now, wrong gender declaration, all these things, make sure they are not wrong. You can have a look at all the things here. Now moving ahead, withdrawal, exit, and final round result in JoSAA 2026. Now, see, can he withdraw after accepting a seat? Yes, but there's a limit to that. Okay, withdrawal is allowed in IIT and ISC system only from round 2 to round 4. Last date is July 14, 2026. Mind it. Okay, after this, you will not be able to withdraw. Withdraw for NIT plus system, yes, the date is 20 July 2026. And withdraw up to round 5 in NIT plus system. How to withdraw? This is the basic step you can read here. Go to the website and procedure is listed here. What if the withdrawal request is rejected? Again, right? The candidate can resubmit the withdrawal re-request. But make sure the re-request that you made, whatever you make, respect the deadline always, right? They are saying resubmission must be done before the withdrawal deadline. You cannot come with the excuses like I applied, let's say on July 20, and it was rejected. Now you are again doing on July 21st and saying like resubmit the withdrawal request. It won't work, right? The deadline is over. Make sure you respect all the deadlines. Can he exit if no seat is allocated? Yes. Okay. Now, here are some like frequently asked questions and here are their answers. So we will be going quickly over the some important questions. Let's say, how many JoSAA 2026 seat allocation rounds are there? Basically, total of 5 rounds are there, and this will be followed by CSEP plus special round. Basically, whatever seats are left, they will be considered in NIT of the NIT plus system. They will be again considered for allocation in CSEP round. Now, what if I get a seat in IIT for the first time in round 5 and do not want to join till all the rounds? you not got a IIT seat, but in round 5 only you got a IIT seat and you do not want to join. Okay, so if you do not want to complete the reporting process, you can still appear for JEE Advance next year if eligible. So that's completely fine. Okay, next, JoSAA 2026 refund and partial admission fees detail. Now, what is this partial admission fee? Let's have a look. Now, quickly, will I get a refund if I withdraw? Yes, if a candidate validly withdraws from the seat allocation process, the seat acceptance fee will be refunded and withdrawal charges, right? 7,000 rupees will be deducted. They are reducing some, they are basically deducting some amount. Fully refundable? No, the fee is not fully refundable after the payment. Basically, after deduction of applicable processing charges. Now, what if my seat is cancelled due to eligibility issues? The seat is cancelled because the candidate does not meet the eligibility criteria. Basically, the seat acceptance fee will be refunded. Okay, they will refund you the fees, but the charges will be deducted. Here they are 5,000. But make sure there is no eligibility issue. That's what I am saying again and again. All the documents, all the form filling should be done correctly. If is partial admission fee refundable? No. For NIT plus system, the partial admission fee, basically this is the fee which is paid in round, basically CSEB round. You are allocated a college, you are allotted a college, now you have to pay the partial admission fee. You have to pay it, right? And it's not refundable. What is, see, partial admission fee? What is partial admission fee? Is an additional fee paid by candidate who have provisionally allocated a seat in NIT plus system after round 5. In round 5, if you get a seat, there's no going back. You have to pay the partial admission fee, right? And it is paid in addition to the seat acceptance fee. Seat acceptance fee is separate and this partial admission fee is separate. You have to pay both the fees if you enter the CSEB round. Now, who needs to pay the PAF, basically partial admission fee? Candidates allocated a seat in NIT plus system must pay the partial admission fee. Same thing. Not paid, non-payment of PAF will be treated as rejection of the allocated seat. So if you do that, you will lose the seat in NIT plus system. So this was all about this video, guys. Let us know in comments if you have any doubt and subscribe us for more useful content like this. And if you want to see what are the top 10 NITs, IITs and triple IITs, you can watch out the video linked in the description and subscribe.